Hey guys, welcome back to Light Science Studios. I'm Sam Terrell, and today on Photoshop Phives, we're going to be learning how to change the color of clothing. Hey, thanks for joining me today, guys. You know, as portrait photographers, we do our best to make sure our clients understand what's going to make them look best when it comes to wardrobe. Unfortunately, sometimes it's not always in our full control and they don't always make the best decisions. So today we're going to be talking about how to change the color of clothing, and this can certainly be applied to any other item or object using the same technique in Photoshop. Let's get started. Alright, now here I've got an image of a father and daughter, and while the colors aren't bad in this image, I just thought the colors of the little girl's jacket didn't quite match the dad's purple enough. So today we're going to change that red to the purple to match what dad is wearing. Alright, so the first thing we need to do whenever we're doing any type of color change is we need to mask off the selection that we're going to be changing the color of. For this purpose, I'm going to use the pen tool. I'm going to go ahead and go to my paths section here. Alright, I'm going to go to my paths and I'm going to make a new path down here. I'm going to click on this button and we can just title this jacket. Alright, now let's go ahead and zoom in, and we're going to use our pen tool and start outlining the jacket. Now I'm going to speed through this so that we get it done, and once we're done we'll continue on. Alright, and there we have it. So now, as you see, we have our selection made of just the jacket, and we'll be able to modify it a little bit later if we need to as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new layer now, duplicate this layer, and we're going to actually group it and call it jacket. And now we're going to make a selection from the path that we just captured. Holding down Command or Control on PC, we'll click here, it makes a selection, and we'll go back to our layers and we're going to apply a layer mask to this grouping. So now it's masked, and this is just, if we take away this bottom layer, you'll see that this is just the jacket. We do have our fingers here, which technically we need to cut out, and we may need to cut out a couple of these other things, but we will work with that as we need to. Alright. So from here, what we can do is we're going to create a hue and saturation layer. So we can create that by clicking there, and we're going to clip it to this jacket layer. We can use this to create a clipping mask, and now everything we do with our hue and saturation layer is only going to apply to this jacket. You can see it can slide the hue saturation slider around, and it'll just apply to the jacket. Now you'll see it is affecting the skin tones in those fingers a little bit, and a little bit on these decorative pieces, and that's why we will mask those out as well. But first, let's get the color right. Let's get it to where we want it to be. And what we can do here is we can actually get a reference for what this is. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to hit I for our eyedropper tool, and we are going to go to our info. And so we're gonna hold Command. I'm sorry, we're gonna hold Shift. Yeah, we're gonna hold Shift, and we're gonna put a dot on Dad's shirt as a target. Now you'll notice here, this is showing our RGB values for number 1. This is number 1. You see that right there. We're actually gonna change this though to HSB, which stands for Hue, Saturation, and Brightness, or in this case lightness. So we're going to go ahead and change it to HSB, and that's showing us our values for the hue, saturation, and brightness. Now we're going to place another marker, so we'll hold Shift, place it on the girl's jacket, and now it's showing us what our number 2 is. From here we can make adjustments on our hue saturation layer, and we want to get these values to match up as closely as possible with these. So right now our Oh, and we got to change that from RGB to HSB. So right now our hue is at 349 is what it started at. So what the left side shows is what it starts at, what it is originally in the original image, and on the right it shows what it is based on the adjustments you've made. So we want these numbers to match these numbers. So here we go. We're just going to move this around. Basically, we need to get 338 to show here. So we're going to move this, and there's 330. 7, 8, 9, 7, 9. Okay, we're going to just do 7. That's as close as we can get right now. And you're going to notice that even though we moved the hue slider, and that did change the hue value here, as we start moving the saturation and lightness, it's also going to change that hue number. So we need to keep an eye on it because we'll need to come back and make adjustments then. So let's go ahead and go to our saturation. We need it to be 52%. Right now we're at 99. So let's go ahead and go down to 52% right there. All right, 52%, and our lightness or brightness is at 49, so we're going to bring this down to 49 right there. All right, guys, so now we have the jacket changed to the right color based on the information that we can see here in the info panel. So now we just want to make sure that it's masked off of the areas that we don't want it. And for that, what we can do is just simply use this layer mask that we made on the jacket. And we're going to zoom in here a bit. And let's see here. And we'll use our brush, and we're going to take it off the fingers here to start with. Okay, so now we're going to go around the edges where we need to get some of the red gone that we didn't quite get in our original mask. So we're going to go ahead and paint the mask in there so that it turns purple as well. Alright, and there we go, guys. As you can see, we have a perfect match between the daughter's jacket and the dad's shirt, and it looks so much better already. We were able to mask out all the little areas in the fingers and around the edges, and what I did is used a small opacity, about 20-30%, to take away some of the reflective hues that we saw around some of the ornamental pieces here. So here we can click this on and off, and you can see the before and after. Huge difference. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. Please remember to subscribe and click that bell icon so that you can get alerted whenever I upload a new video. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me today, and we'll see you next time.